Hello, everybody. This is your favorite chaotic jester, Bugsy. Bugsy, no name to be precise. Yeah, I'm not doing this in character because legit, I want to talk about something and and hear me out on this, okay? Hear me out, please, because everybody talks about Doctor Who and like everybody gets labeled sexist, misogynistic, and everything else in the book, and it gets on my nerves. Like we got Sammy Davis. Sammy Davis, the guy who does all the Doctor Who videos, and he's like, well, anybody who talks about Doctor Who the way and they don't like it, and they're just trying to stir up outrage. I'm like, dude, can we? We can't. We can't fucking talk about what we don't like about it. Is that so? Is that so wrong? And no, don't worry, reylo fans. You and me. I did a video on my freaking website, but this one's gonna be a little bit more Bugsy safe, if you know what I mean. But not even. But, but back to you guys. But back to the Doctor Who fans. Guys, listen to me. If you have any issues with Doctor Who whatsoever, talk about them. Regardless of what Sammy and me, other freaking Doctor Who fans gotta say about that, love it. Because legit, I haven't been this bored since I freaking watched The Boys! And that was boring! Oh my god, Doctor Who is like on that same level. Interesting stuff happening that should freaking pique my interest, but it's just not. And a bunch of people do share my freaking viewpoint. You know, freaking Clownfish TV, which Sammy Davis once again said, "Oh, they're just doing outrage," and everybody else who are fans of Doctor Who that have YouTube channels, "Oh, we're farming outrage." Listen, Mr. Sammy. You need to understand one thing, dude. You need to understand one thing. We have gripes with the show, whether you like that shit or not. It has nothing to do with Jodie Whittaker being a woman. It has everything to do with the fact that the show is just. It's not even hitting at all cylinders anymore. Because Jimno is just writing in a way that just kind of is lacking. And don't tell me you. And don't any of you guys tell me that the writing isn't lacking for you guys. Because if you're just doing that, you're kidding yourself. You're trying to hold on to Doctor Who, but really bring him because they said they're gonna bring back a bunch of classic Doctor Who monsters, classic enemies and stuff. Why do you think they're doing that, huh? They're doing it because they know they want to get some of us back to watch it. But none of us are trying to, and we're like, no, I don't want to. No, I'd rather go look at Big Finish. And if that makes me misogynistic just because I don't want to watch the show I love turn into just become a poorly written fan fiction mess, so be it. So fucking be it. But I'm not because I know that I'm not racist. I know I'm not misogynistic. I know for a fact I ain't sexist. Because some of my favorite characters are women characters. Okay? I mean, I got a lot of favorite dude characters too, but some of my favorite game characters, some of my favorite, well, not comic book characters, because let's just say Marvel's done ruined that, screwed the pooch on that one. You guys, like, no, we can't, and it's just a symptomatic of a bigger issue. None of us that are fucking actual critics, not critics that are trying to get little clicks for little websites, so they can get all the clicks and feel good about themselves. Yeah, I'm talking about every website who does that. Don't even get me started. You know, I'm talking about maybe we don't get paid. We're not paid reviewers, but at least when people hear us say something, they at least listen to what we gotta say. While you guys say, "Oh, if you don't like this, you're homophobic. You're this. You're that." It's no. People have their own reasons for not watching something that you probably like, and some of you don't even watch the stuff you actually talk about. Trust me, I know. Trust me. Don't ask me how I know. Just know that I know. That's the cool thing about me. You don't think some of you think how you can get this information. I'll never tell you. But I'm just saying, everybody has a right to critique whatever they want. Okay? Whether your little feelings get hurt or not. Whether your little feelings whether you think you should go in the sanctity of your safe space. People have the right to criticize, no matter what it is. Okay? You're not exempt. You are not free. The show you watch is not free. No one is truly safe from criticism. If people got gripes, they'll say them. I'm not saying like I'm not condoning people going a very very misogynistic rant about how the doctor can't be a woman. That's stupid. It's just we don't got the right writer for that job. Yeah, Jimbo, I think you're doing a piss poor job. You've been doing a piss poor job. And I gotta say, as a fan, I'm very dissatisfied. We got all this stuff about Jodie Whittaker's doctor being this, being that, and we don't even get to see it. We don't see her being socially awkward. We don't see her being tough but kind. We did see her blow up. We did see her blow up a kid. Like this was a game of Bomberman. But that's about it. The thing is, Whittaker doesn't like Jodie Whittaker's doctor doesn't have any defined characteristics, and when she tries to show those characteristics, you just have her loudly proclaim what she does. Remi- remi- Jim, you're a writer, and you should know, show, don't tell. Showing us her different quirks is better than her telling us. So people can actually have more of a connection to her, more of a bond, more of a link to Jodie Whittaker's doctor. Because you can't just have her be, oh, she's a woman. No, add more to her. To me, Jodie Whittaker's doctor is bland because there's nothing really to set her apart from the others. And I don't mean that because she's a woman. Because she's a woman, I mean that because she has no characteristics. Every Doctor Who episode I watch, she basically has no characteristics. Nothing that sets her apart. And Sammy, I just gotta say this: you just praise her way too much. Like, dude, I don't like. I just want to say one thing. Like, man, I don't hate you. I actually like your videos. Regardless, I just feel like none of us can freaking talk about Doctor Who without getting you guys all getting people like you all rustled and thinking that we're farming outrage and shit. When we're not. We're fans just like you. And we just feel burned by the whole thing. But what? It's not okay for us to feel angry. It's not okay for us to feel upset. It's not okay for us to feel like Doctor Who basically got lobotomized because we got a writer that doesn't know what he's doing, and that's our opinion. If you want to think that Jimbo's the best writer since sliced bread, go right ahead. I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you're not valid, but other people are not just farming outrage. They're not just getting people mad. They're fans of the show too, and they're burnt out. They are angry. They don't want to watch Spyfall. Some do, some don't. To me, just bringing back the Master just shows they knew, like, they could have done that at any time. Actually, it would have been a great opener for her for the Dodgers' first run. It could have been. It could have been awesome. It could have been great. It could have been. It could have been so fucking fun, awesome, and great. But no, no, it just kind of petered out for me. I tried, man. I tried to watch it. I tried to actually like it. I tried to give it a chance. But every time I just was disappointed. And I'm a writer too. So when I fucking see mistakes in something in an actual official Doctor Who work that a fan project can do way better, then y'all got some problems. And let's talk about the ratings for a minute. I hear it's I like. Hold up. Give me a sec. But I hear it was low, and they're bringing a low ratings, and no one, everything's burns, and y'all can get mad and be this and that and say I'm this and that, but we all know the ratings are low because no one is watching. No one is. Only a few people are watching. No one's getting intrigued, man. No one's feeling that wonderment that comes when you're watching the Doctor and he's saving a life or doing something completely out of the box, and you're just like, oh my dude. This is why I like the Doctor. This is why I enjoy watching the Doctor. I don't get that with Whitaker at all. And y'all could say, "Oh, Bugsy, you're just whining." No, this isn't whining. This is like wanting. This is like wanting Gymnal, wanting Chris Gymnal to do better, to give us better stories. You got a female doctor. There are so many things you could do with her character that you're not doing. And as a writer, it pisses me off because there's so many ways you can go about this. But you're not. And I'm not just saying, and I'm not just being sexual here, folks. I'm not being sexual over here. I mean, you could do a whole bunch. Like the Doctor has been predominantly male for most of the run, right? Let's have the Doctor like focus on what it's like to be a chick and have to acclimate to that. Let's see what that's like. I mean, freaking Master had a little time to acclimate for being a chick and getting kind of weird villains. Why didn't we do that for the Doctor? Why didn't we have the Doctor actually fall for a dude? A dude. See how that goes. See a character that was predominantly male fall for a dude. And see where that goes. Or have a certain character, Jack Harkness, actually see the Doctor, and you can pull some comedic moments from that. I'm not dropping Doctor Who, far from it, because there are other ways I can enjoy Doctor Who. The fans are still doing their own little fan series and audio dramas. I got like a bunch of Big Finish audio on like my Spotify. I can just go buy me some Big Finish audio stuff with the Doctor and with the some of the Don Noble stuff that's going on and the with or the 10th Doctor going back for Rose, and it being an audio drama for that. I say, guys, if you can't stand the show, if you're like me and you can't stand the show anymore, just buy the Big Finish audio, man. At least I'll tell the BBC or Big Finish that we still love the Doctor. We just can't stand the show anymore, and none of us want to put up with it. Now we're gonna get to the other segment, and yes, doing this video makes me sad because legit, I wanted this to be interesting. I want the Doctor to be a woman being interesting, like like a thing, because that's the thing about Doctor Who, just the infinite possibilities of what the Doctor can do, what can happen to the Doctor, how it can happen. That's what makes me sad, because Jimno is like limiting the show, and there should never be a limit on Doctor Who, ever. And yeah, I do feel like it's being too political. And I know Doctor Who had a political message all the time, but it was subtle. But now it's just nothing but political messages. I'll just say that. And I'll keep it pushing. Because that's what I do around here. I talk about issues, and then I jump to the next one. Oh, reylo fans. Why are you so mad? Can't you see an OTP is rarely had? Don't you understand that most of us fans never get our special OTP, so freaking just shove off. Okay, for you reylo fans out there, guys, it's just a franchise. It's just a movie. Like, I heard some people like, oh my god, well, I risked my life going to the movie theater. How'd you risk your life going to the movie theater? Was there freaking dudes with semen guns? Were they like, blah blah, we're gonna shoot a baby in you? We're gonna shoot a baby in you. No? Then sorry, I'm just imagining that. Just motherfuckers with semen guns, and it's like super soakers. They're like, it's like, God, that should be my next. When I start editing this sort of movie, can I just tell it be a skit I should do on my website? Baby makers. And other people can't eat, can't sleep. They're just emotionally drained over Kylo Ren and Rey not happening, and it's just so. I would say it's very. I pity you, but that would mean that I have a little bit of empathy. But it's not for you, because some of you actually want to go off J.J. Abrams, and that's not cool. I mean, I don't like J.J. Abrams for lots, but you don't see me going like, motherfucker, let's talk about the island. And y'all attacking like actors and actresses for what? Because you didn't get your OTP? Well, let me explain something to you. A lot of us who ship, we don't get our OTPs. And some of us are we're fine about it. Okay, some of us are. But we get over it. But you guys are just taking this way too freaking far. Some people are making Kylo Ren's actor a freaking unwanted present for his, a driftwood carving of his dog. Like some straight up Angelus angel shit. Some of you are just like really contemplating going to J.J. Abrams and trying to take him out. Some of you are basically just so emotionally drained, y'all can't do nothing. And I just, in my other video, I was like, is like, guys, what else do you do with your lives if you're just gonna be pining over a fictional character? You're no better than True Love Hearts. And that man treats Sonic and Amy like it's a religion. He'd be like, Namaste, Amy and Sonic, you better get to freaking. You better give them a moment, Sega. I don't even like Sonic the Hedgehog, but I want to see Sonic and Amy get down. Homedy, 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 hoo. Maybe get someone for Tails, too. I don't care about Sally Acorn because I'm like every other Son Amy fan that likes to do shit like this. I mean, I'm just saying, reylo fans. I'm being real with you. You don't want to be True Love Hearts because that's all this dude ever tweets. I want to melt with Sonic and Amy. You look at his Tumblr, same thing. Look at his videos. Oh, he made another season of Sonic X. I don't want to talk about it. It almost drove me mad. No, I'm serious. Like I was like that pushed me to the brink of insanity for a minute. It's that bad. I'm just saying, reylo fans, take it from a person who ships characters together that rarely never happens. You never get your OTP, no matter what. You may think that you will, but you don't. Because the creators, writers, they have something else in mind. Just because it exists in their written version, in their actual version, that doesn't mean you can't make fan comics. You can't make fan fiction. You can't express your love for Reylo like it can't happen. It just means officially this they're not a thing. But in your own little fan universe with your head canons and whatnot, Kylo Ren and Rey can be a thing. No matter what. I think Rey's with Finn, but I ain't really mad about that. It is what it. It is what it is. You shouldn't be mad. You guys have your own little ship. Now go. Now go forth. Go forth. Go forth, Reylo fans. Make your fan fiction. Draw. Heck, make an animation about it. And if you're a source filmmaker and you want to make something a little bit more raunchy, you know what to do. You know what to do. Don't think of this as the end. Think of it as you guys just being fans and making this pairing exist, even though it may not be in the movie. All I'm saying, like folks, you go and also this one's for the media. Please stop saying we're not fans just because we don't want to watch freaking Rise of Skywalker, and we don't, or people that watched it don't like it, saying that they're not fans. Y'all motherfuckers don't care about who is a fan, who's a fan and who isn't. Y'all just want clicks. Let's be real. Y'all want clicks. I don't care. Star Wars is just another thing on your fucking belt that you can just use to spin a story. Because no one does actual stories anymore as journalists. It's more how much outrage. See, and Sammy's like, well, we're the ones farming outrage. Nah, the ones that make these clickbait articles. It's like, how much outrage can we make other people have? How much anger can we squeeze out of people? And if a YouTuber talks about us, that's good. That's good for us. That's good. That's a free promotion in the bag. Personally, I'm just a I'm just a guy who entertain. I'm just a guy that somewhat semi-perfected entertaining people. That's all I am. And nothing else. And no more, no less. But we on. But for the Doctor Who fans, I think we're all just being being harsh on the new take of Doctor Who. Actually, look at those videos. Look at the fans who are actually disappointed and tell me they're doing. Are they doing this reviews? And reylo fans, ask yourself: are you really gonna miss work? Are you really gonna let life pass you by just because Kylo Ren and Rey did not make out? Because trust me, it can be a lot worse. You know, if you keep this up, you can be a lot worse. You can end up like True Love Hearts. You know, look that man up. Because trust me, as bad as you guys are, I know that there's hope for you. You don't want to be like True Love Hearts, constantly talking about Sonic and Amy and the fact that Death Battle didn't put Amy in Death Battle, a whole bunch of weird shit. I'm just saying, guys. And for the people who don't think, I gotta say this one thing to the quartering. Dude's like, this is what you attract when you make stuff like this. No. Quartering. I know it's probably you probably don't understand this because you probably weren't in a lot of fandoms, but shipping is the most common thing that fans do. I mean, some people are a little bit more saner than others, but other people just kind of go a little nuts with it. It is the way it is. Like I always say, there's a good side of the fandom and there is a dark side of the fandom. And I like to show the light side. But sometimes I will talk about the dark side. That's just who I am. I am Bugsy. I am Bugsy. No name. And I am the last chaotic Jedi. Peace.